Hey guys, this is welcome back to the Mullet and Stubble podcast, the ranking podcast. This is episode 2. This is actually an intro to the episode. It's just Mullet here. Stubble isn't here, and he probably won't hear this intro until it releases. To be completely honest, because this is some personal stuff. I just want to kind of get some things off my chest and. I feel like this is the best way to get it out. You know, therapy would be a good choice, but I don't have therapy till next month. Hope you guys are doing well. Appreciate anyone who listened in, even though half the views were probably me and Stubble. But yeah, I just want to talk about mental health and kind of where I'm at right now. So I've struggled with mental health most of my life, probably over half my life. I finally got treatment for my anxiety and depression, and I feel I'm at a place where I am just at my fullest self. I love myself. I love everyone around me. But, you know, that doesn't stop me from having bad nights, and that will never end. Sometimes you just have bad days, or even a bad night. Sometimes it's even a week, but you bounce back and you dust yourself off and you keep going. But lately what I've been feeling is this sense of loneliness, man. Man. So I got three siblings, Stubble being one of them. They're all in great relationships, minus my younger sibling. She is, she's busy with school and stuff, but she's a great girl, and any guy would be lucky to have her, and I think she would have no problem. I just don't think she's wanting to have a relationship right now. But for me, man, one thing about me is I love being in love, man. It's my goal, my two ultimate goals in life. Most people think of like being rich and famous, being all that. No, my goals are to be the best husband and father I could possibly be. And I'm seeing my buddy Z-Man. I third wheeled with them for about his new girlfriend for about 5 hours yesterday, and I love it. I loved it. I was having fun, and I love being around him. I cherish, and that's another thing. I cherish the moments I have with my friends, and especially my brother. My brother and I have gotten really close over the last couple years, and now we're starting this podcast, so we're seeing each other almost every weekend, and yeah. But, after yesterday, I came home and after hanging out with those two, Z-Man and his girl, and, this is kind of a thing that I've been feeling lately, where I come home to an empty apartment, man. Just every goddamn night. I was seeing this girl, and she just kind of wanted to keep things casual, and I actually had her over last night, and, not last night from this podcast, but when this is updated. But she left, and I texted her. I was like, I really can't do the casual stuff anymore. I'm looking for love, and she just said she didn't want that, and that's cool. And I understand love takes time. But man, sometimes these nights, man, they get a little lonesome. It's whenever there's like a quiet part in my night or my day, it's saddening. It's empty in here. And when I moved down here, like, I wanted to meet someone, and when I moved down here, over a year ago now. I know that because my rent just went up because my lease ended. But yeah, it's something. It's just, loneliness is a weird thing. You really can't stop it because you can't force a relationship. That's one thing I've learned. And recently I just came to terms, actually I think it was last summer, I came to terms with my first relationship. She was abusive to me in a lot of different ways. Mentally, verbally. I want to say physically, and I do. She did, but not in a way like where I would have a black eye or like I would be hurting or I had bruises or anything like that. But like things that she did to me, and if I did it to her, I'd be in a lot more trouble because I'm the guy. And I think that's something we got to talk about. As a society, males taking physical abuse and not being able to talk about it and speak up about it. But that's neither here nor there. Oh God, we're at 5 minutes already, man. So this might be a little longer episode. This is just the intro. But yeah. I mean, that's another thing. I mean, at least I'm talking to a mic right now. It's not completely quiet in my apartment. But yeah. So I just thought I'd let you know, sometimes loneliness sucks. And I know some other people are out there, my buddy Big O is just, he's happily in love with a great girl. My buddy, we'll call him B. We'll just call him B. He's got married, and I'm so proud of him. He's in love. Him and his wife are great. And it seems like everyone's kind of moving towards that point in their life. And I have nothing to show for it, man. But, the sun's going to rise the next day. And you can't force these things, and we all know that. Because if you force it, then it's just going to end terribly. It's like what I did with my first relationship. I forced that relationship, tried to get out a couple times, and she abused me to stay back in. And I regretted it. But I finally came to terms with that, and that was last summer. And after I did that, because it was affecting all my other relationships. But after that, last summer, I was like, okay, I'm ready to be in a relationship for the first time probably in my life. I am ready. I am myself. I am my fullest self. I love myself, and I have so much happiness and love to give that it's hard to, I want to be able to share that with someone else, And just nothing's come along. And it was fine. I was happy being single for a while, but the apartment gets quiet, as I said, and I gotta go to bed alone, which is nice. I enjoy my space, but just that loneliness creeps up on you every once in a while. But if you're listening to this and you're struggling with just about anything, it could be literally the smallest thing. Just know you are loved. If you're going through anxiety and depression, I've been there. I'm happy you're here. Not even if you're not just listening to the podcast. I'm happy you're here on this planet. Because there were times I didn't want to be on this fucking planet. But I want to end this little intro with a quote for all the people who, have struggled with mental health, and don't underestimate the hole that your absence would leave. So I'm happy you're here. I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy I have the friends I have. I'm happy for how they're doing. And yes, sometimes shit gets lonely. Sometimes shit gets down. With school coming to an end, my social interactions are probably going to go down even more. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy I got my brother. Happy I got my friends. And I'm proud of all of them. And I'm very proud of myself. All right. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this little intro, because now we're about to get into some stupid rating shit. But, Alright, guys. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. On to the video. Hello, our fellow listeners. Welcome back to the Mullet and Stubble podcast. Episode number 2. We're feeling good. We're feeling great. Feeling fly.
Do we feel good about that name, or are we going to switch it at some point?
No, we're keeping it. It's here. When we blow up, we're going to be happy we did it.
When we blow up. What are you drinking here, by the way?
I am drinking a alcoholic beverage that I prefer not to name, but it is Carbless, it's called. It's very feminine. It's a vodka soda. It just tastes like pineapple juice, to be honest. And you know what they say about pineapple juice?
It makes
your semen
taste good or something.
I want to try that. Not that I say I would test my own semen, but I would.
All right. I think that's enough from you.
No. All right. So
This is really good.
So me and Stubble here have just gotten back from golf, and we had a nice 18 hole golf round. What did I shoot?
Augie almost had a personal best. He put up a 104.
Hey, new clubs, new me. I was looking fly out there, and that's all that counted.
That's not bad.
What did you shoot, buddy?
I shot an 80 even.
Well,
not even par, but like 80 exactly.
Oh,
I mean,
damn, shoddy.
with 3 doubles on the back, which was disappointing.
I played a lot better on the back.
Yeah,
And that's how I am in bed too. I play a lot better on my back.
Okay. No, we're paired up with these random people, and this woman named Ronnie was all over Augie.
Ronnie was distracting me. She was leading me on, dude. She wanted me.
She was a teacher from the Kenosha area. This is talking too much about her, but
yeah, Ronnie was fine.
She got Augie's number at the end, or Augie got her number.
Yeah, she did. Just to like exchange pleasantries, not like sexual pleasantries.
She was gonna give you art supplies or something.
Yeah, that's right. For when I become my career. 1 second, buddy. So today, our top 10. Remember, this is a top 10 podcast, so we're gonna review things every day, or not every day, everything. First off, let's get a little crack going. A little Zenachino. Aaron, you want one?
A little Zimbabwe.
Do you know how to do it?
Of course.
You don't spit.
You don't spit these?
No, you just swallow the saliva. You don't swallow the packet. Just keep it.
Okay.
Just keep it. You can go upper decky if you want to. That's what I do.
No, that's gross.
My buddy just puts it right in the front of his top gum. It's weird.
All right, Augie. So what's the
this is a good one.
What's the topic today?
The topic is top 10 TV shows of your whole life. So from your childhood, from your past, from currently. This is the topic today.
And it can be like anything. So cartoons or late night shows.
Anything's on the table. Just your top 10 favorite shows. Do you want to start it off? You want to do the honors?
Yeah, I can start it off.
All right, what's your number 10?
Number 10, I got a show that I haven't completed it into entirety, but
cheater.
It's called Yellowstone with Kevin Costner, and it's about like these ranchers in Yellowstone, and they battle with like the native people and the government. There's like people that die and stuff, and one of his sons is like this.
Is he gay?
The Kevin Costner is the rich guy, of course, but his son like marries one of the native girls, and she's
Native American.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so there's like, I don't know, there's like love between the two groups of people, and it's just really good. Cinematography and everything's super good, but I haven't finished it yet. But I've been flying Delta a lot, and they have it like on the plane for free, so that's how I started watching it. But there's some nudity in it, and I didn't tell you this.
Oh yeah, you did text it in the group chat.
Yeah, there was like a child behind me, and I was watching like a nude scene, and I was like, Jesus! I like look behind me, and this kid's like looking through the gap, like staring right at the TV.
Oh gosh. Now tell me, is that show still going on? Like, are they adding new episodes, or is it just?
I think so. I think there's like 4 or 5 seasons.
So that's an L.
Why is it an L?
Because that's just an L. You haven't watched it all, and you don't even know how it ends.
Yeah, but it's just super good.
All right, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there.
That's why I had it at 10, and not like top 5.
You're gonna be shocked at my number 10.
Okay.
Let me tell you this. Number 10 from the mullet himself, Jimmy motherfucking Neutron. Cause Jimmy's mom is so hot. Oh my gosh, I want to hang out with your mom.
Zin is just taking me on a ride right now.
I told you, dude. Zimbabwe's will change your life.
It's like painful almost.
Yeah, it's a 6 milligram.
Oh my god, this is crazy. So that's what you like about Jimmy Neutron?
Jimmy Neutron, I love Carl Weezer. Sheen is one of the most underrated characters in cinematography history.
You know, I didn't have that in my top 10, but I did like the...
I like the art of it.
I like the movie they made of it when they go fight those aliens and they take those rocket ships that they make out of amusement park rides.
And tell me you didn't want to drink a purple flurp at one point in your life.
Yeah, that was good.
Purple flurp, baby. Give me that purple slurp,
purple
flurp.
Or be smart enough to build a Goddard or whatever this dog name was.
Yeah, dude, he was a legend. All right, so that's my number 10, Jimmy Neutron. What do you got for your next one, number 9?
I feel like you're gonna laugh at this
Why are you talking so weird?
because I got the zin in. I'm sorry.
Why are you?
I think I need to spread it out.
No,
It's
don't
probably
spread it out.
really
Don't
cheap.
waste it. Put it upper decky. I don't sound any different. You're sounding like that.
I think swallowing it is fucking me up. Hold on, let me take a sip.
Yeah, if you get hiccups, that's the Zin hiccups. I get those from time to time.
If you swallow this, will you die?
I've swallowed one on accident before. Nothing has. The only bad thing is I shot a 104.
That was good for you though. Mm-hmm. Don't laugh. Number 9.
I'm gonna laugh.
I didn't have it in my top 5, but this is a good show. I got Stranger Things. I love the music. I know it's kind of like a kid's show, but
It's not.
And season 1 was good, but like seasons 2 through the latest one, what is it, 3 or 4 that came out?
3.
They're like legit scary.
No, yeah.
I was talking about
not a
like
kid's show.
No, it's like terrifying.
No, there's
like
some
the
spooky stuff.
yeah, the
Hopper
evil
is one
things.
of my favorite characters in current.
The one when he goes to like the Russian camp and then he escapes.
That was
someone.
the latest one.
Yeah, it's good. So number 9, Stranger Things.
Number 9, Stranger Things is a good pick. 11, she a baddie, dude. I'm not saying like current. She's a current baddie. But did you hear about this whole writer's
Isn't
strike
she
thing?
like 16?
No, not right now.
She was.
She was at one point. But she did you hear, you know all about, speaking of TV shows, we should probably bring this up, the writer's strike?
Why are they like not making a Stranger Things?
They're
'cause
not
of it?
making anything right now. Late night talk shows are over for
But
right now.
the thing is, if you're like a good writer, isn't this the time to like double down and
Well,
say
yeah,
like,
it's the union that they're forming. They're like, we're not.
yeah,
getting
but
paid fair.
if I was like a good writer, I'd be like, all right, fuck it. If all these people aren't working, I'm gonna go work and like get some big gig. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my favorite podcast, or one of my favorite podcasts right now, is Podcast But Outside, and they had a guy who's on there who's on a very political show. I forget what it is, Andy something. But he was talking about, they were talking about AI with it. And he was like, AI is not a threat to writers. And I'm like, fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, they can like create their own storylines.
Like, you can ask AI to do anything. You could ask Snapchat and my AI and just like,
yeah.
he'll go off on you. All right, my number 9. Aside from that, I'm going to another childhood classic, Drake and motherfucking Josh.
Oh, that's a
Crazy
good one.
Steve?
That's a good one.
Who took my enchiladas? Did you take my... He's running around with a bat, dude.
I was just talking about Drake and Josh with someone the other day. It's a very underrated show.
Very
I was listening to Josh Peck on a podcast once,
Oh, yeah.
and you know how he's like in good shape now? He's like not fat. He's like, the 3 years of my life I was fat. I was on that show. And that's how people like remember him. And towards the end of the show he got skinny, but like
He was good throughout that. Everyone on this show was
yeah.
so good.
I just like when he'd go, Megan, and he was in love with Oprah.
My favorite part from that show of all time is... Drake, where'd you put the door? I do right there. I drew it with magic marker. He goes, okay, how are you gonna cut it out? Get the saw. Okay, then go get the saw. Okay, I'll get the saw. And then he comes and he goes, I see the problem.
How would you even do that? Is it possible to lock yourself in a treehouse?
Well, they were building it from the inside. They put up the last wall.
Yeah, but how do you build something? Like, can't you just take the wall down? I don't understand what they
And
did.
then
But
okay, I drew it there with magic marker. All right, that was my number 9. Drake
I
and
didn't
Josh.
have any like kids shows on mine besides
couple.
Stranger Things. But
Drake, where are you getting Stranger Things as a kid's show? Just because kids are on it doesn't mean a kid's show.
it was
it's
like
terrifying.
it
They're
wasn't like
swearing
an
in it.
adult show.
They're swearing at
I guess just season 1. It was like
It's
among
more of a teen show. I
yeah,
can see
among
that.
teens it was very popular. But this is one you haven't watched. It's on HBO Max.
You've named 2 that
And now it's on. They're changing the name of HBO Max to just Max, which people
they?
no one's gonna call it that. It's the
when I
worst
think of Max,
marketing.
I think of a Pepsi Max.
Yeah, it's the worst marketing move ever. But I don't know, it's dumb. But it's a show called Barry, and it's a show with Bill Hader. You know who that is? He's like a famous.
Oh, John Hader.
No, Bill Hader. He's the producer and the main character. But I'll give you the background
I've
of it.
heard about it.
This guy is like, he's in, I think Afghanistan or something. He's in the army,
Okay.
and he has like PTSD from it because obviously you go to
Gotcha.
war or whatever. I think he killed someone at one point in
Who hasn't?
in the war, and he comes back and he doesn't know what to do, so he becomes like a hitman. So people pay him like thousands of dollars because he's like a trained like Navy SEAL or
Yeah.
whatever, and so he just like kills people and stuff and gets paid for it. but then he like goes to LA for a job and meets this woman and joins like her acting class, and he falls in love with acting, but like he needs to hide who he is from the people he's acting with, and he like wants to start a new life outside of being a hitman, but at the same time he like gets paid for being a hitman.
So
and
this isn't a comedy? I thought this was a comedy.
it is funny. Like it's a comedy too.
Oh, okay.
And there's like a Russian, or what is it?
Don't
Not
spoil it for
Russian,
people.
but there's like there's like gangs involved too, but it's a comedy. And like I will say the last season isn't as good as the beginning, but it's just a good show.
All right, so that's your number 8, Barry. Okay, maybe I'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
That'll
it's a good show. Anyone should watch it if you like comedy or kind of thrillers.
Before we go on, do you have any honorable mentions? We didn't really talk about this.
I mean, I don't have any cartoons on mine, but my favorites were Jimmy Neutron, SpongeBob, of course, and Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents is an honorable mention for me. But,
All-time theme song on Fairly Odd Parents.
That is a great one.
I can't even remember what they say, but it's
they're
good.
still. I think they might be still going with the Fairly Odd Parents. They keep
No
adding
way.
new characters.
Okay.
They got like that baby, and then they added a dog. Like, why do we need a dog? Like, it was just unnecessary. My honorable mention was I had it in my head. Parks and Rec is an honorable mention. That's a good one.
That's a good one. I don't have that.
Strictly just because of Ron Swanson and Andy Dwyer. Fucking great characters.
Yeah.
I had another one in my head, and it just seemed to go.
You're not a late night guy, right?
No, I'm not a big late night guy. I used to watch Conan all night. I used to watch Conan clips. Conan gaming clips were so fun. You ever seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good. I had one. One that I'm in the middle of, but don't have it on my list because I haven't watched it all the way through, and it's still going on technically. I think. Better Call Saul.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good show. It's a great show. It's probably one of the best shows I've ever seen, but I just haven't dug into it yet.
I just like the beginning with like his brother, and his brother's like a dick, and he just wants to be a lawyer. Jimmy does.
When he plants the phone on him too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was genius.
Because Jimmy just wants to like make it for himself, and his brother's like a jackass. I don't know.
Like the end of the season where he goes, "It's Saul, baby. Better call Saul.
Yeah.
Saul Goodman."
Is that how the second season ends?
I think it was.
Yeah, because he changes his name, and then he becomes a manager because he has to change his identity to a manager at a Cinnabon, which I think is my true calling at the end. After my career as a financial analyst,
we're gonna be going. You and me will buy a Cinnabon together if they're still around. Where even are Cinnabons?
In airports, like that's it,
or
huge malls.
Some restaurants have like branched on to have Cinnabons, but they're not as.
Dude, they're so good.
You know what? Quick Trip Cinnabons, cinnamon rolls aren't bad, but the thing is, you need to put them in the microwave.
Yeah.
My number 8. Moving on from that, one I'm watching right now and I'm watching religiously. Bob's Burgers.
You have Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers. Every character in that show is beautiful. It's great. Linda Belcher is a MILF. A motherfucking MILF.
They're cartoons.
I don't give a fuck. If you don't think I've smacked my meat to Linda Belcher, you're insane.
Is it on Fox? Is that the channel it's on?
Hulu. I think it is on Hulu. I think it is on.
Yeah, because I remember like during football games they would always advertise it, and Joe Buck would be like, "Coming up next on Fox is Bob's Burgers."
Yeah, man, yes sir. Bob's Burgers great. Tina and fucking Gene and Bob all hit it off, and the side characters in that show are really good.
All right, that's not bad. Actually, that is pretty bad, but I don't know.
What do you mean it's bad? It's a great show.
I wouldn't put that in my
You
top
haven't
10.
watched it.
All right, number 7. You ready?
I'm ready. If you name another show I haven't seen.
This is another one you haven't seen.
Oh my god.
I just have different taste than you, but number 7, I'm going with Dexter.
No, I've seen some of Dexter.
Okay.
First couple seasons.
The only reason I don't have Dexter higher on the list is the ending is like the worst thing
Really?
I've ever seen.
I've never watched the end of it.
It's so bad, but like
Don't spoil it for me.
he's like a serial killer, but he works in forensics and he like analyzes blood and he's obsessed with blood.
Is he a serial killer or is he like a...
Yeah, but he only kills
like a
people.
revenge killer,
He only kills people who have killed people.
An Avenger killer.
Yeah, and he like takes people alive and like wraps them up in saran wrap.
Yep.
And then just like puts a dagger in their chest while they're still alive.
Yeah, that's a good
And
show.
there was one, and like every season, there's like a new serial killer that he's hunting down. And there's season 3, I think, with the Trinity Killer. and it was like this old guy he was hunting down. And he looked like exactly like our grandpa. And he was old
Which
too.
one?
Al Mirren.
Big Al.
But this guy was called the Trinity Killer, and like it was just a crazy show. And the crazy thing was too, his sister is like on the police force too.
Yeah.
And then like
Yeah.
you gotta watch it. But it's a crazy good show and good theme song and stuff. I don't know.
It's a good show.
Takes place in Miami, and there's like I don't know. It's just murder mystery, not murder mystery.
It's a good show. Number 7, right?
Yeah, we're on 7.
I got Family Guy.
All right.
Family Guy is an all-time classic. Just the music, the fucking everything about that show is just funny as fuck. The earlier seasons kind of lost me, but it was a good show. It's just a great show. A lot of good clips. You know, you get those clips on. You ever get those TikToks where it's just Family Guy with like a mobile ad game at the bottom? Oh, I love those fucking shit. Now it's more South Park for me, but
Is that in your okay? Well,
that's my 7 slot.
All right.
Oh, and shout out.
I was gonna ask if you had South Park in your top.
I was thinking about it, but I haven't watched it enough.
You don't have it in there. Okay, that's another one, and that's a show where they like have the right to say anything. They can make fun of any person and not get in trouble. I don't know how
they get away with it, but they do.
I think it's just because their ratings are so good to the point where they can't get canceled.
They will do anything.
Yeah, they can say whatever. Like they've made fun of the Pope and made fun of like everyone. It's a good show.
Mr. Garrison became Donald Trump for a little bit.
Yeah, they just got so big to the point where
like they don't have to give a single fuck.
Yeah, it's good.
And Timmy, I love Timmy.
Yeah, I like the one with Bono.
The one with the shit.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Or like the one with Kanye is really good too. But all right, that was your number 7.
Yep,
we're on 6.
Yep.
All right. You're gonna think this is really lame, but I love this show so much. You know what I like more than anything, Augie?
What?
Treasure hunts. And I'm not even kidding. Like, when I die, I think what I want to do is have a treasure hunt to all all my money. Like if I have like 10 million or something, just have like this elaborate fucking plan. I don't know if it'll be that.
Yeah, fuck your kids.
I don't know. I don't know like how much I'll have, but like if I have money left over, even if it's like a couple mil, I'll be like treasure hunt. But because of that,
yo, what is the thing?
Number 6, I got Outer Banks.
Never seen it.
Oh my gosh, you need to watch it.
Is it a treasure hunting show?
Yes, it's these like it's like high school. It's kind of like a teen show, but they're all high schoolers. It's got that actress. She's kind of blowing up now. She's really big and really pretty. I forget her name, but
what did you? Janet Ortega?
No. I'll look it up.
She's a new on the scene.
But yeah, they like look for a treasure, and then. I don't know. It takes place in South Carolina, and the cinematography is really great. And they're like these poor people, and then there's like they're called Pogs, and then there's like the rich people, and it's just a. I mean, I might have gotten that wrong. Is it Pogs? Something like that.
Dude,
but there's the poor people, and then there's the rich people, and they hate each other. But one of the rich girl ends up like falling in love with one of the broke boys, and John B is his name.
John B. Love
yeah, but that's a good show. You should check it out if you're into treasure hunts.
You know, quick tangent.
Just every season is a cliffhanger, and you just got to keep watching it. It is so fucking frustrating, and a lot of shows like that like get worse as they go on.
Yeah.
But like the last season of Outer Banks.
Outer
Banks, I thought was just super good, and there's gonna be another one. So
I think
it's tough to keep a good series going. I feel like.
Quick. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. This is a theme now. What was I thinking of? Anyway, we'll keep it going. Treasure hunts. I really want to get a metal detector.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. I want to find things.
Pogs, not Pog.
Pogs. Okay, Pogs.
Pogs. A metal detector? Is that what you said?
I want to get a metal detector.
Can I tell you a side story that happened today?
Yes, please.
I go to Grant Park with this girl. I'm not gonna mention her name because she's my girlfriend, and that would be rude.
Yep.
But we're like sitting on the beach, and she's like, "Can I ask you something?" And we're having this really like in-depth conversation, and like about like us or whatever. And we're laying on the beach, and this like jackass kid with a metal detector comes by, and he's just like beeping it right in front of us, and then he starts digging like 10 feet away, and he digs like 2 feet deep, and he pulls something up, and I go, "You got something?" And he goes, "No, it was just a stupid rock." It was so funny. It was like this
perfect
it was
timing.
such a beautiful day on Lake
You guys were having
Michigan.
a good in-depth conversation. And it goes beep, 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 beep,
Yeah,
beep.
and this kid with a metal detector, but I
Oh
mean,
my
it's
God.
good to see kids like out doing that
At
instead
least they're
of.
off their phone and
Yeah,
stuff, but
like,
like, holy cow.
it was
Wait, was
so
that a
funny.
beach you said?
It was what? Yeah, it was
beach,
at
right on.
in like
Shout
Oak
out to
Creek.
that guy.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard. He just goes, "That's just a stupid rock."
It's just a stupid rock.
Yeah,
Was
it
that
was
your
funny.
6 Outer Banks?
Mhm.
All right, number 6. People might think, I used to love this show all the time. It's died down on me, but the Superfan episodes came out and I love it. Number 6, I got The Office.
What?
Yes.
That's your number 6,
Dude,
Augie?
a lot of good shows have come out, and Office has died down on me.
Augie, I thought that would have been your number 1.
Not even close.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, The Office is
What's your favorite character in The Office?
Creed.
You like Creed?
Creed is so great, especially in the Superfan episodes. He's just like, he's so funny.
Yeah.
That whole thing is just so funny. Because the Superfan, have you watched the Superfan episodes?
Mm-hmm.
They're so funny, dude.
Yeah.
They're so good. And like, yeah, I mean, if you look at the numbers, it's basically Jim is just a giant prick. Jim is the meanest motherfucker on the planet.
Why do you say that?
He's bullying an autistic guy. Like, straight up, the whole series. He's just bullying an autistic guy. And you're saying, no, Dwight's not autistic. Yes, he is.
I don't know. I like that actor, Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson's guy. I actually just
He's
watched
like on podcasts now.
Yeah, I
and
just
he's,
saw him on Theo Von's podcast. That was a good one. He was like, he asked Theo, what is your biggest insecurity or biggest fear? He goes, intimacy. He goes, wow, I really wanted to get up and give you a hug. I'll give you one to go, okay? And that
Wait,
was,
Theo said his...
no,
oh.
yeah, Theo was like, where Theo was like, intimacy is my biggest weakness.
Wow.
And he goes, man, I really want to give you a hug right now. But,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been... Augie, you've watched The Office like 8 times.
no, I'm telling you, it's more than 15.
Augie's watched The Office 15 times and it's not even in his top 5. That's
It's a
kinda
class. I
crazy.
mean, I haven't watched it through again in a while. Right now, as we're speaking, we are watching the Nuggets and Lakers game currently. It's not on mute, of course. But the White Man Can't Jump reboot, or not reboot, but remake with
Yeah.
Jack Harlow just came out, and I want to watch that really bad. Movies we should do another time. I love movies.
All right, yeah. Movies would be a good one, but
Yes, so Office.
maybe
is
we'll
my
do that
number
after
6.
this.
And
A
it's
late
only
night
that
one.
high it's only that low because Jim bullies an autistic kid.
All right, I don't know how you're going to feel about this one.
Dude, if it's another one I haven't heard of, I'm gonna lose my
I
mind.
think you're going to get really upset at this because I think you watched this and you didn't like it.
Okay,
Netflix.
hold on, let me think.
I think it was the most watched show of all time on Netflix.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm mad I don't have it in my top 10 because I love it.
Squid Game?
Yep, I loved Squid Games, and I'm waiting for that second one to come
Yeah,
out.
I think it was just because I just saw that people were watching it, and then I'm like, all right, I'll give this a shot. And the first episode, when everyone just gets gunned down,
Oh,
like in that
gosh,
first
yeah.
game, I had no idea. Like, I had no idea what the show was about, and then they just got like 100
just,
people
like,
got gunned
out of
down.
nowhere.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this
See,
is
the
the
thing about
show.
that show is because you can't really watch it with the American dub.
No,
Right, you have to watch it in Korean, and that
Yeah.
forces you to read the subtitles. So that completely locks you in.
Yeah.
And you want to like lose attention to it, but it does not happen. It keeps you there the whole time.
And I think the budget for that show was like nothing.
Really?
Yeah, because like if you think about it, like their
There's no
characters,
costumes,
no,
right?
they all wore jumpsuits and like
We're just in a room.
yeah, they were in like one room the whole time, and it was so good. But number 5, I think they are coming out with a season 2,
They are,
which
'cause
I
it
don't
ended on a
know.
cliffhanger.
I don't know how good that's gonna be, but
Oh, it'll be
it was
great.
just one season. But Squid Game is one of my Yeah,
That's number 5 for
yeah,
you?
that's a good way to start off.
I
the
forgot
top
about that. I
five.
thought about it earlier, but then I forgot it. Number 5, a show currently in progress that I keep up to date on every single week. You know this is one. He hasn't dropped an album in possibly 7 years now.
Yeah.
If you count Brains, but Dave.
It's a good show.
That is a great show. It's hilarious. I love Gata. I love Andrew Santino in that. It's such a good show.
I forgot Santino's in that.
Oh,
That's
he's
good.
great. He's like his manager.
Oh, and we're watching the game, and Anthony Davis is hurt. Look at that.
Shocker.
But Little Dicky is the one who produces
Little
it.
Dicky is the I don't know if that's like so. I don't know how much is true about it.
Yeah.
Playing it. Yeah, it's just a good show. There's like a bunch of good, Benny Blanco in that show. They're just when him and Dave have his like best friend sees like, and they just call each other Chuck. They're like, Chuck, there's literally a piece of gum stuck in my asshole, and you're on the phone right now. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's a good show. Maybe it's a little high, but you know, it's my thing.
All
That's
right.
my number 5, Dave by Lil Dicky. LD.
That's not bad. But
Lil Dicky jersey, of course, it's got to be up there.
all right. Number 4, getting to the top ones. You definitely don't have this on it, and you're probably gonna hate me for having it.
You have said that about.
But it's on AMC. I think
Never.
it's on Hulu now.
Oh,
but
I think I know where
I'm
you're
going with Prison Break, and
threw me for a loop with the AMC thing.
I don't know. I think it's like partly because I don't know. It's not a treasure hunt, but this brother goes to prison for a crime he didn't commit, and then his other brother, who's the smart engineer, like breaks him out of prison, and then they go chasing. I think it's the treasure hunt too, because they go chasing for like $10 million. And season 2 of it is so good, and the characters are amazing. There's this guy named Teabag who's like this bad guy who gets his hand cut off, but then it like combines with politics and like people who are running the world and shit, and they try to take these people down because they have like information that'll destroy society, and it's so.
That's one thing I've always wanted to watch. I just never made the time.
The acting is like the downfall of that show. Of the 2 main brothers just suck. Like
how is that high? If it's that,
because the plot's just good, and the supporting cast is unbelievable. They carry the show, but
Respect. All right.
I no, the main character Michael's good, but his brother Lincoln just sucks. He's like he talks like this the whole time. And like he's just like whatever there's a fight, he just like beats the guy up. Like they run away, but like there's nothing to that character. But other than that, it's really good.
All right, respect. I have not seen that one either.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Number 4, plain and simple, the greatest sitcom of all time in my opinion. Seinfeld.
There you go.
I mean, talk about a test of time. It's still going strong on Netflix. I believe it's still on Netflix.
Yeah.
Just an absolute banger of a show. Never misses an episode. The soup Nazi. These pretzels making me thirsty. Like Kramer, like kicking his golf clubs. You go, I stink.
He's like, I don't want them.
I don't want them. You want these? I don't want them. You see a drive. He goes up into the sky and.
And one thing I like about Seinfeld is you don't have to watch it from like.
Oh, you can watch it at any episode.
Yeah, you can jump around.
It's literally a story about nothing. A show about nothing.
I guess that's kind of true. There's no like storyline.
That's the tagline for the show, and then they show the show or they sell the show in the show.
Yeah.
And it's just called A Story About Nothing.
Because it's not like Jerry gets married or anything in it, does he?
He falls in love, but like it ends by the end of the episode. It's hilarious.
All right, that's not bad.
That's my 4.
Top 3. Here we go. Number 3. I've been telling you to watch a show. It's on HBO right now. It's like the most watched show on HBO. But it's called Succession. And anyone who's listening, if anyone, needs to watch this show. It's like this super wealthy billionaire who owns a bunch of different companies and media companies, and he's combined with politics, and like he's really old though. He's like 85, and he's trying to pass the company down to his 2 sons, or his 3 sons and the daughter, but they're all like fuck ups. And like I don't know, don't have what it takes to run the company, but they try to anyways, so they become like CEO and stuff. And
Good God.
it's just so, and like there's comedy with it. There's this guy named Cousin Greg who like isn't really a cousin, but he is trying to work his way up the company, but I don't know, he's just kind of an idiot. And yeah, it's just such a good show. There's so many good lines in it that you can take away from it, and oh my gosh, it's so good.
So Succession at number 3. That means we have at least one.
And like the scenery in it is so good. Like the budget for it's huge, and they're like billionaires, so there'll be like a whole episode of them like in Italy on a yacht, and like it's so cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one I want to get around to, but it probably just won't happen.
Yeah, there's just so much swearing and stuff in it too, and oh man, it's just ruthless.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows I should watch, but I just haven't.
Yeah.
Number 3.
there's one part of it when Greg is talking to Tom, who's married to Shiv, the daughter. Mm-hmm. And Greg goes, "How did you get Shiv? You're like an average looking guy." And Tom goes, "Because I got a dick the size of a redwood and I fuck like a bullet train." Okay. It's so perfect.
That is a good line.
There's just so many lines like that I think are so funny.
I think one of my favorite lines, calling back to Bob's Burgers, it's like the first episode, and they're like, "Gene, you go help him. You're good with the customers." And he goes, and then Tina goes, "I'm good with the customers." And she goes, "No, you're not." And and then Louise goes, "She can't help it. She's autistic." And she goes, "Yeah, I'm autistic." And she goes, "Let's play toothpicks on the floor." And then Gene throws 3 toothpicks on the floor. He goes, "How many toothpicks on the floor?" Bob goes, "Oh, wait, I don't like this game. It just involves me picking up toothpicks." And he throws 3 toothpicks down. He goes, 100? He's like, 100? What? There's 3. There's so many good lines from so many shows.
There's one other good part of Succession I'll let you know about. Greg is like driving with his grandpa to Canada to do something, and Greg is like Tom's little bitch, and Tom calls him, and Greg's driving in his car with his grandpa and on speakerphone, and he's like, "Greg, where are you going?" And Greg goes, "I'm driving with my grandpa to Canada." And Tom goes, "Oh, fuck your grandpa. He's an asshole." And Greg goes, Tom, you're on speakerphone, Tom. He can hear you." And then Tom just goes, "Well, I shouldn't be, Greg." And then he just hangs up on him. It's so funny.
Oh, shit, that's good.
Yeah, you got to watch it. You'd like it, just for the comedy. But number 3, Succession. Sorry.
Number 3, this is the greatest show of all time.
Then why do you have it number 3?
It's not my favorite. It's not the one that makes me laugh. It's not the one that I have. Because I'm a big comedy guy. I love comedy. But I think in terms of every single character, every single plot, every single ounce of this show is perfect, and that is Breaking Bad. It's just undeniably the greatest show of all time. Greatest drama of all time. I mean, a chemistry teacher turned drug dealer turned drug lord. I mean,
yeah,
it's the greatest show. I mean, the monologues in that show. "I am the danger." Like, motherfucker, you are a teacher.
Yeah.
With cancer. Like, a guy knocks on his door. You think of me? No.
Yeah.
I am the one who knocks. Just amazing show. And Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah.
Oh, Heil Hitler, bitch. Like, god damn, it's such a good show.
Yeah, and I just to keep the list going. Number 2, I had Prison Break as well. I love this show. Excuse me, Breaking Bad. I get them all confused.
Yeah,
but
no,
number
Breaking
2,
Bad, easily top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, undoubtedly. I mean, people like. I remember people telling me, like, I can't get over the fact that he's a teacher and I can't watch any further. He's a teacher for, like, a season.
Yeah.
And it never gets brought up again.
Yeah.
And it's just every character. The only character I don't really like is Skylar.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's just, like, it could have made her hotter or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
She just wasn't it. She wasn't. And her sing, the cringiest part when she was singing Happy Birthday to, what's his name, Ted?
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes, "I fuck Ted." Like, shut the fuck up. This dude's cooking crack or meth. And it's like, yeah, it's a great show.
But, yeah, number 2, I had Breaking Bad as well. And I don't know. I like the ending of it, too. Like, I thought they were going to screw it up, but it was so perfect.
It ended perfectly.
When he kills the Nazis and stuff. Sorry if there's spoilers in this podcast, but Yeah, if you haven't seen Breaking Bad
right now, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
you probably have a life or something. I don't know.
I mean, everyone's got to watch it at some point. It's a great show.
Yeah, and Walt Jr. is so good in it. I didn't like Marie.
Why don't you fucking kill yourself? Like, motherfucker, that is your father.
Yeah, I hated Marie, Hank's husband, or
but
Hank's
was
wife.
amazing.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere that like apparently the original script was them killing off Hank in season 1.
In season 1?
Which would have been so bad, yeah.
No, Hank turned into a great character.
Yeah.
Marie,
Usually,
they're not rocks, they're minerals. He's got a rock collection.
Yeah.
Minerals.
When he like takes out those people from the
yeah.
cartel, yeah. And Gus Fring is like one of my. That's like a top 5 character
He
of
was
all
such
time.
a good character that Far Cry
Yeah.
had him in as like a lead bad guy in one of their games. And
Yeah.
it's just like, that's just he's the definition of a good villain.
I
Not
would.
a good villain, you know. Number 2,
What'd you have?
I went to New Girl.
You had New Girl in them.
I did. Look, I don't care what anyone says. You can call me any slur in the book. Not any slur. Let's keep it cordial, guys. But New Girl is so funny.
Yeah.
Nick and Schmidt are the greatest duo in cinematic history.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's so good. And then like Nick meets Tran, this random Asian guy in the park, and then he like. It's just the stupidest but most funny and well-driven show I've seen in my life.
I like when Nick is like, I don't have a bank account. I can't trust the bank, so he just like keeps his money in a shoebox or whatever.
He goes, a bank is just a paper bag with fancier walls. Like that's, and then he's like, oh, what if I take your Bobby's pins? And he's like, why are you saying Bobby's pins? It's Bobby pins. And he goes, who is Bobby? And why does he have so many fucking pins? Like, it's just a great show. I laugh every time I see it. I gotta rewatch it.
And they have like a lot of famous people that go on that
Oh,
show
yeah.
too. All right.
Number 1, we are down to the nitty gritty here.
I can't believe you didn't have this. I had The Office at number 1.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's just like I can turn that on and it gives me a chuckle.
And that's the thing about I have with New Girl. Once you rewatch a show that's funny, it's like you can't. It's something you can just turn on easily.
It did go downhill when they
after Michael left.
left. But like when they brought him back and stuff, it was good.
Yeah,
But it's one of those things where you don't have to watch in order either. Mm-hmm. You can just jump around.
That's why I want shows or TV, more TV. I know some of them do. I think HBO Max does. They need to have a shuffle button.
Yeah.
On certain shows, because I don't want to watch everything in order. I don't have to scroll through it. Just give me a random fucking episode. And
HBO, if you're listening.
I think HBO has it.
Really? You can just shuffle it?
I think you can on HBO.
That's fancy.
But yeah. Okay, number 1.
Wait, for the record, I have no idea what you're about to say.
You have no idea what I'm about to say?
No, because I thought you were going to have The Office and
okay, all right.
Breaking Bad at 1 and 2, but I was way off.
Let me just take you back to a childhood. Me and my buddy Z-Man, every single day we would go outside and say, hey, how are you? Who put you on the planet? Like, motherfucker, SpongeBob motherfucking SquarePants. It's my childhood. It's half my references. It's everything in this goddamn world to me. Is everything I've learned is from SpongeBob. You know the word enigma? That came from fucking SpongeBob. That's my. I learned words from that bitch. Like, right between the old wickets. Like, motherfucker, they have a mini golf episode. It's Mr. Krabs, Pearl, fucking Squidward, man, Plankton. Don't even get me started about Plankton.
Plankton was evil. He's a mean guy.
Yeah, the Gus Fring of fucking SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's a good show. I just didn't have cartoons in my top 10, but
goodbye everybody. I'll see you in therapy. Like how do you fucking come up with that line?
And there was a lot of
I think they're still going on too.
Yeah, they're still making them.
They're pumping out episodes.
I like the one when they have like the jellyfish and they're like doing the rave. In SpongeBob's house.
I wouldn't even let that thing in my house if it knew how to use a toilet. And then it's just and it's using a toilet like motherfucker. And then chocolate. They're selling chocolate. Yeah, I love chocolate. Chocolate.
I just like their homes too. Like
I mean, it's just the
SpongeBob
simplest
with the
show.
pineapple.
It's a talking fucking sponge.
I don't even know where Squidward lived. It
He
was
lived
like
in a house that looks like it's Clay Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Patrick just lived under a
He
rock.
just literally lived in a rock.
There was like 3 houses in a row, and then Sandy's house was like a bubble or whatever.
He's
Yeah.
gonna breathe. And
But-
Mr. Krabs was an anchor. It's the fucking great.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
Those
the
are
top
our
10 list.
Yeah, for those who are listening, feel free to fucking drop those top 10s down in the comments, baby. I mean, no one's gonna do it.
Yeah.
I know our 2 Double Club members will do it.
Yeah.
I know one of them will at least. That motherfucker, married man, good man.
He's not married.
No, not that man. The other man.
Oh, right, yeah.
B-Let. Motherfucking B-Let.
I thought you were talking about.
Shout out B-Let. Shout out Big O.
I thought
shout
you were
out
talking about
Z-Man.
our fellow in Madison. Yeah.
Yeah, Big O. Big O. I can't say anything because if Jen listens, then
That's all right. We'll save it for the next pod.
we'll save it for the next. But when it happens, is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But anyway, anything going on in your life that you want to talk about? I can start if you want me to.
No, I've just been traveling a decent amount. Just got back from South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. I don't know. We're kind of like cutting our budgets a little bit, so I might not be traveling as much. But it's still nice to.
You think you're
Get
ever gonna
out.
take a trip with your lucky lady?
We're going to Chicago in a couple weekends.
Okay, hey, first off, fuck you.
What do you mean?
Dad gave us Amtrak tickets to Chicago. Are you using those?
No, I don't even. I don't even. I think it's in my wallet. I didn't even think about that. She wants to go to Chicago, Augie, so I'm taking the girl
Take
to
me with
Chicago.
you.
I'm not gonna throw you in my suitcase.
What if I bring that girl I'm talking
It's a very special day for her, and
What is it, her
we
birthday?
no
period?
nothing like
She's
that.
going to
It's
Chicago
just
for her
we
period?
want to spend it together.
She's
and
ovulating.
She's not ovulating.
Fuck. I want a nephew so
Augie,
goddamn
she's
bad.
gonna find this podcast
Good.
sooner or
Well,
later.
tell her I love her
'Cause
and welcome to the
Augie-
family, but I need a nephew
Augie's
now.
gonna meet this girl and like immediately be like, "You should listen to the podcast Augie, Aaron and I made."
I'm gonna send it to her. That's for sure.
No, we just want to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
That's all.
You know, it's a weird thing. Well, first thing, I'm going to see one of my favorite rappers of all time, Logic. This coming week, taking time off from work to go do it. Go to see my buddy Big O down in Madtown, and I'm very excited. It's kind of like a full circle moment for me with a lot of different reasons. You know, mental health, relationships, all that stuff. But it's gonna mean a lot to me. I might cry. I
Yeah.
low key might cry at that concert. If I get brought up on stage, Aaron, it's gonna be fucking.
I don't know why
ridiculous.
you think you're gonna get.
Because I'm gonna be wearing a Maryland jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Who's gonna ignore a guy with a mullet and a Maryland jersey?
When do you get a Maryland jersey?
I got it when I was supposed to first go to see Logic, but the show got canceled because I saw it at a thrift store.
Does it say anything, or is
Just
it just
says
in
Maryland,
Oh,
number
that's
6.
pretty cool.
Or maybe not number 6, maybe 9.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm a TBD on going.
Yeah, but
I just don't. I can't spend the night there, and I got to get back.
True.
But I also want to like drink and stuff. So
Yeah, it's a tough call. Get a
yeah.
hotel.
Well, I mean, I can't. Yeah, I can work remote the next day, so maybe I'll just hang
Just
out.
get a
And
hotel.
but Big O has to go in. Oh no, does he not go in the next day?
What day?
Does he work on Friday?
Are we talking about the Logic concert? Or are we
Yeah.
talking
Does
about
he?
Chicago?
Does Big O work on that Friday after
No,
the concert?
I don't believe he does.
Oh, okay. I might
He's
just.
working until he's working at 5, but I'm going over to see his girlfriend and her kid.
Yeah. If I left at like 7, I'd get home in time for work. I think it'd be fine. I'll probably come. Yeah.
Because they're leaving earlier in the morning to go back to Appleton.
Oh, they're going to Appleton.
Yeah, for the kid's birthday.
All right. Well, I'll do that and go buy tickets right now.
Do it.
But thanks, guys, for listening.
Hold on.
We'll have
No,
another.
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
I'm not done. I want to say something. Let me end this on a note.
This is like Alan and the Hangover. I want to say
Let
something.
me say something, all right? Look, so rewind about 4 years ago. The mullet did not exist. I had a girlfriend. She was absolutely horrible. Not just in looks. Her breasts were lopsided. Didn't know how that was
Augie,
possible.
you can be talking about
Sure
women's
I
bodies
can.
on the spot.
free. What country do we
I
live
think every woman's breasts are lopsided. They're not.
in? Not like this.
They're not perfectly symmetrical.
Not like this. Look, I'm not saying her name. I'm not saying anything. But that's not the reason. I actually kind of like that. But that's not the reason. She was just not a good person in general. And all the people in the Dub Club, which we were telling, we got Aaron, we got Big O, we got B-Let, we got Z-Man. They all were single while I was in that relationship. Fast forward to now, I'm single. They're all in relationships, and I am spinning plates like a motherfucker.
I like how you use that term now.
Yeah, you said it once to me, and I was like, I love spinning plates.
It's a good term.
It's a good term. All right, guys. So signing out from the Pussy Slayer 3000. No, I'm just playing. This has been the Mullet and Stubble podcast. Yeah, let us know. Click that like. Hit a subscribe if you enjoyed listening. Let us know down in the comments. Yeah, thanks guys. We will see you in the next one. Have a good one.
Peace.